Last but not least, the 1959 Nash Metropolitan Series 4 hardtop. Have you seen this little thing? It is so cool. These Metropolitans
They're really cool. They have a big following, too.
They really do.
Really enthusiastic group.
Yeah.
The lowest lane car.
Yeah, the lowest lane car. This thing is really nicely restored. It's got a 1489cc Austin 4-cylinder.
Mm-hmm.
I didn't realize that. So, I didn't really know much about them until I started reading.
Exactly.
But it's a 3-speed manual tranny. We like to say small car, big fun. And you can drive it around through the mallway if you want it. Although we discourage that because of the fumes.
That's right. We don't start them up.
We try not to start them up. That's where the Stringo comes in.
We've got sort of a run of these small and micro cars. It's a lot of fun. That little Honda we talked about a couple weeks ago.
And the Auto Bianchi Fiat that we just sold.
Yeah, and a couple 500s we have.
Yeah,
and
the Messerschmitt.
And the Isetta.
The Isetta, that's right.
A lot of cool little cars in the mall.
It's funny. The people, I talk to people who collect microcars, and they do it because they can get 3 cars in the space of one.
Yeah.
You take that big Cadillac, you can put 3 of those microcars in the same space, or motorcycles as well too.
That's
people
right.
collect them because of their space limitations. So. But this thing is, if you want a fun, unique little car that'd be great to take to car shows or down to the drive-in to get ice cream or whatever, this is the perfect car for it. And people, it's amazing. You pull up in a Nash Metropolitan and people will flock to it.
That's right. You could have a Hemi Cuda and it would get ignored.
More people would be looking at that. Absolutely. So, it's funny just because something doesn't have to be expensive to be cool. You don't have to go out and spend $50,000 to have a cool car to pull up into. How many cars do we have in here that are $15,000, $20,000 cars? And don't get me wrong, I know $15,000 and $20,000 is not nothing. It's still a lot of money for a toy.
Sure.
I get that.
Right.
But for $15,000, you can buy something, you can drive it, you can enjoy it, you'll get as much attention as you'd get in just about anything, just like this Metropolitan. I tell you what, you pull up in that Messerschmitt with the bubble top on it, or the Auto Bianchi Fiat.
Right.
I mean, people will go nuts.
That's right. I remember there was a Figaro. Was it a Nissan Figaro to show one time, and it was at New Hope one year, and the crowd was around like it was an amazing. There was other amazing cars there, but these small cars. And what I like about it, and I've written this in the descriptions, is they elicit smiles. Like people love, the kids like them, right? Families love, women.
It's like a Volkswagen Beetle. people just love the Beetle or the vans that they made. I mean, that's the one that really gets people. My goodness. So, I think that a lot of people have misconceptions about the hobby that if you don't have something expensive, then it's not cool, and we're going to look down our nose at you. And that's so far from it.
Right.
We encourage the $5,000 car here, and we encourage the $5 million car here, and everything in between.
There's a lot of great cars sub $20,000 here that you could instantly get into the show hobby world if you want to, or just drive it on weekends.
And join the club and go to the cruise in at your local drive-in or church or wherever you go to, and have a lot of fun with it. And then the cool thing is, and we've watched the progression since we started, where people come in, first year we were here, and they bought a $5,000, $8,000, $10,000 car. And then they came back in a year or so, and they're ready to trade up to the next thing. And so we sell that one for them, and they buy another one. And it's a little bit nicer or a little bit different than the other one. And they just keep that progression. And they're enjoying the hobby, and they're having a lot of fun.
Exactly.
Not spending a whole lot of money. And usually the ones that are having the most fun are the guys where it's the husband and wife. They're both enjoying it and both, engaged in the hobby. And that's important.
Right.
Because, this day and age, we only have so much free time in the day, unless you're retired. But, a lot of people aren't retiring because they don't have enough money to retire. Even if they've got toys and hobbies, they're not going to change their lifestyle. And they want to have something cool to drive and something to enjoy on the weekend. And you go down to like the Villages down in Florida, and it's a retirement community, but you wouldn't know it. It's guys our age that are running around in Chevelles and Corvettes, and then the golf cart community is huge down there. I think they have 50,000 registered golf carts in this one community. And you go to a restaurant or dinner or the grocery store or anything in a golf cart.
I know, it's awesome.
They don't even drive their cars hardly.
It's like, what is it, Sun City, Arizona? It's the same way. It's all golf carts.
Sun City Center, Florida, where my grandfather lived. I'll tell you a funny story when we return with the Classic Auto Mall podcast in just a couple of minutes. We'll see you then.
You've been listening to the Classic Auto Mall podcast with your host, Stuart Howden.